Fellow shareholders, the successful global response to the pandemic, primarily the implementation of the massive vaccination program, has paved the way for further easing of mobility restrictions and reopening of the global economy. The Philippines has benefited from post-pandemic gains in 2022, with a remarkable GDP growth of 7.6%, which was driven by strong growth in household consumption as well as gross capital formation. The country was ranked second fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia in 2022. Your company, Century Properties Group, is looking at opportunities that will allow it to contribute to the attainment of the government's goal. One area is the huge housing backlog, the alleviation of which is a major thrust of the government. Century Properties has already recognized this when it introduced horizontal affordable housing projects in 2017. The company is now expanding into other market segments such as socialized and economic. With the pandemic behind us, Century Properties' pivot to recovery post-pandemic was highlighted by an encouraging financial performance overall. The year 2022 was marked by continuity, prudence, and growth. For much of the past 2 years, Century Properties has trodden the road to recovery. In 2022, we achieved a milepost in this journey as we came out of the pandemic even stronger. We saw improvements in sales take-up as well as collections. We were able to propel towards recovery with an improved commercial leasing business and an expanded first home market residential development segment. Overall, we credit this good performance to our resolute adherence to prudent financial management during the period of economic slump throughout the pandemic and beyond. With this approach, we focus on completing the remaining projects under our existing in-city vertical development segment and launching new products under our first home market residential development segment. This has paid off. Beefing up the company's high-margin, high-velocity first home buyer product bore fruit and drove our revenue growth by 18% to 11.1 billion in 2022 from 9.4 billion in 2021, contributing 51% or 5.6 billion of the company's total revenues is first home market residential development segment. This amount is 44% higher compared to its 3.9 billion contribution in 2021. Our in-city vertical developments, on the other hand, contributed 33% or 3.7 billion. Compared to its 1.2 billion revenue contribution in 2021, the commercial leasing business brought in 12% or 1.4 billion in 2022. Property management shared 4% or 0.4 billion. In 2022, our gross margin was healthier at 43% from 42% and is in fact much better than our pre-pandemic gross margin of 37%. Our profitability increased in 2022, with our EBITDA growing 29% to 2.5 billion from 1.9 billion in 2021. The higher EBITDA resulted to an improvement in the company's net debt to EBITDA ratio to 5.2x in 2022 from 7.6x in 2021. Century Properties closed the year with an increase of 11% in net income to 1.4 billion from 1.27 billion in 2021. We built a stronger, healthier, and resilient balance sheet through our consistent focus on liquidity management and debt reduction. Century Properties has redeemed its 3 billion fixed-rate retail bonds on April 15, 2022. The company has announced its full redemption of its 3 billion preferred shares on July 10, 2023. We also saw continued support from the capital markets when we successfully completed the 3 billion fixed-rate retail bonds in March 2023. (2022) proved to be a pivotal year for First Park Homes, Inc., Century Properties' affordable housing subsidiary, as it brought its total number of launches to 13, with 2 additional projects on the immediate horizon. PPHI will cap the current year with 15 launches, a feat that we set out to accomplish within 5 years after its launch in 2018. As the first home buyer segment stayed strong in the past 3 years, your company took the opportunity to expand. From PPHI, the affordable housing subsidiary, Century Properties announced in 2022 the business segment's expansion with new offerings under the First brand and via the launch of new 100% owned subsidiary, Century First Corporation. The business segment is now called First Home Market Residential Developments. With the First Home Market Residential Development segment, the company is now venturing into the socialized, economic, and mid-income high-quality residential projects, in addition to affordable housing, as the segment has also introduced a mixed-use format comprising multiple residential product offerings with supporting commercial, retail, and institutional components. Such efforts resulted in a broader range of housing packages at various price points to give first home buyers a wider set of options when they decide to buy their very first home. One of its flagship projects is also its maiden mid-income development, First Editions Batulao, which was unveiled in December 2022. First Editions Batulao covers 14.1 hectares with 629 single attached and single detached units with a total sales value of 3.06 billion. As of December 2022, the first home market residential development segment has constructed a total of 6,000 homes. But even as we set our sights on these new markets, your company remained mindful of the potential of its traditional market, the high-end residential segment. Taking our cue from our historical past of developing premium homes, in partnership with globally recognized lifestyle and design brands, Century Properties launched its own homegrown brand that is focused on building homes fit for evolved lifestyles and priorities. Thus, from high-rise buildings, we began to diversify into low-density vertical projects in various formats, which are low risk as these have faster construction and cash cycles. The year was also marked by key milestones in its earlier roster of residential condominium developments. Last year, the company inaugurated the centerpiece of the resort residences at Azure North in the growing urban center that is San Fernando, Pampanga, with the launch and opening of its Phase 1 amenities, providing residents and their guests the chance to live their beach-in-the-city aspirations. Then, as a testament to your company's commitment to its buyers, Century Properties completed the remaining vertical projects in 3 of its master plan residential communities. Century City, with the completion of the award-winning Daniel Libeskind Armani Casa designed Century Spire in October 2022. The Residences at Commonwealth by Century, as it finished its final tower, Quezon South, in December 2022. And the Aqua Private Residences, with the opening of Novotel Suites Manila in December 2022. To date, the company has completed 30 out of its 31 condominium buildings under its in-city vertical development segment, with over 18,500 units and a gross floor area of 1.46 million square meters. After completing the Aqua Master Plan, your company entered a new era as it opened its doors to tourists with Novotel Suites Manila. Housed in the 6th and final tower of the development on the borders of Mandaluyong and Makati cities, Novotel Suites Manila at Aqua is the company's answer to the government's call to support the reopening of the country's hospitality and tourism sector, which is now seeing signs of a rebound after a period of dormancy. The 152-room hotel is conceptualized by Century Properties in partnership with the international hotel group Accor, with a location close to varied lifestyle options, from shopping to entertainment hotspots in Makati, Ortigas, and Bonifacio Global City areas. The hotel is poised to become a choice hotel among business and leisure travelers. Our efforts to expand are not limited to residential development, but also in our facilities and property management business via Century Properties Management, Inc. As the largest independent property manager in the Philippines, CPMI currently manages a portfolio of 3.45 million square meters. Adding to its roster of carefully selected properties and facilities outside Manila that receive the highest level of expertise, support, and care are the PNB Financial Center in Pasay City, Binondo, Bacolod, and Naga cities, De La Salle University, Lipa, and our very own First Park Homes in Tansa, Pandi, Lipa, San Pablo, and Calamba. This brings the total number of projects under CPMI's management to 58, covering 106 buildings in 2022. With over 30 years of collective international and local experience, the application of modern technology, and the dedication of our officers, we are more than capable of remaining a leader in the property management business. Our commercial leasing business continued to take strides towards growth, as our 5 projects now cover over 146,000 square meters of gross leasable area with an average occupancy rate of 84%. With the return to on-site office setup, foot traffic has improved in Century City Mall and our office buildings. Complementing our retail and office leasing spaces is Novotel Suites Manila, which soft opened in December 2022. A key player in this business is Centuria Medical Makati, proving once again that the health and wellness sector has become stronger than ever coming out of the pandemic. Centuria's operation has expanded. From its own building, some of its tenants now occupy spaces in Century Diamond Tower. With 600 physicians and medical practitioners, 350 leading health and wellness brands and group practices, and a consistently high inpatient satisfaction rating, Centuria Medical Makati is poised for further growth. The Philippine economy is seen to grow by 7% this year, amid the risk of a global economic slowdown due to tighter monetary conditions and elevated inflation in recent past. Despite a challenging business environment, Century Properties will continue to strive hard to add more value to our shareholders as we put our plans into action. To our shareholders, rest assured that we will aim to implement a business strategy that is guided by continuity, prudence, and growth. We will continue to prioritize expansion, strategic acquisitions, and even consolidation with the support of our healthy balance sheet and sound risk management. As mentioned earlier, the consolidation of our first home market residential developments business, after a successful 5-year run of PPHI with our partner, Mitsubishi Corporation, and the introduction of Century First Corporation, will allow us to roll out projects and more product lines in the north and south of NCR and take advantage of opportunities to go on a nationwide scale. We are planning to launch these projects: First Impressions Batulao, the Second First Park Homes in Lipa, the Second First Park Homes San Pablo, and First Bacolod. For our commercial leasing businesses, we expect further improvements in occupancies as a steady decline in inflation during the recent months translates to better purchasing power and recovery of consumer confidence. Also, as mentioned earlier, our office buildings will be one of the beneficiaries of post-pandemic gains with the return to on-site office setup. For our premium homes, we will carry out our plan to launch the low-rise, low-density developments. But we will remain cautious, being mindful of the market. Essentially, Century Properties will continue to transform and stay relevant so that we can serve the needs and desires of the new generation buyers with new generation real estate. On behalf of the entire Century Properties Group, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, and may you continue to have good health.